was at the home show. And we were looking around there and happened to see you guys. And I've looked at solar systems in the past for maybe the last 20 years. It just seems like such a good idea to get basically free electricity from the sun once you pay for the equipment. But every time I've looked into it, it just really wasn't cost effective. It would take 100 years to pay back, and the technology just didn't seem to be there yet. But after talking to you and your optimism, I decided that to give you a shot and have you out to my house to look at the house and do a survey and get a little better handle on what kind of a system we might be looking at, and let me know what you guys were doing and what you had to offer. So I heard you. I took some brochures from you. I didn't necessarily believe everything you said, but it sounded really good, and I decided then to go ahead and talk to, turns out to be 4 other solar installation companies. And because I have 40 years in science, engineering, and designing spacecraft and electrical engineering, and I was actually a program manager on one of NASA's great observatories, which is the Chandra, sister satellite to the Hubble, and worked with the scientists and actually started working into astrophysics. If you've worked with scientists very much, you know that they question everything. And I found that when you ask questions, a lot of things turn up that you wouldn't normally know. So I know I was a pain in the neck for you because I asked you lots of questions, and I did my own spreadsheet on all of the various vendors, and I went and looked at the panels, and I looked at what a microconverter could be, and I looked at and called Rocky Mountain Power. So I did a pretty thorough investigation. I even went down and looked at the technology that each of the panels employed, because the spacecraft that I worked on used solar panels, so I knew something about solar panels to begin with. Anyway, it turns out that you guys did have your act together better than the rest of the group. When I evaluated what you had to offer, the service, the financing, your price was less than a couple of them and a little more than a couple of them, but the ones that you were more than did not have the services that you had. And one of the things that made a difference, it was just kind of a little deal sweetener, was your financing plan, if you still have it, to finance for a year. So basically, effectively, like you said, and it sounded like a sales pitch to me, but it's true, you get free electricity for a year. So our year's not quite up. We've had time now to compare our bills this year against what we paid last year, and we have saved on average, and this is with an 8 kilowatt system, we have saved on average over $200 a month on our bills. And the spreadsheet that you gave me that was a little more sophisticated than the one I had said that we would pay off, the payback would be 6 to 7 years. And it looks like that spreadsheet was pretty accurate. It looks like it's going to take about 7 years to pay it back. And that's not including the price increases that Rocky Mountain Power plans to have over the next 7 years.